Gentlemen, please.
Good morning. Professor Edwin, that was a real wake-up call to us. So those of us who haven't had our cup of coffee, I'm sure we don't need one anymore. Thank you for those powerful, inspiring, and very true words, and that I take home with me personally. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure for me to share our story. My name is Albert Brenninkmeijer, and I am a representative of a sixth-generation family enterprise whose business, now diversified, was founded in 1841 with a clothing business, named after its founders, Clemens and August, known to you simply as C&A. The story that I wish to share with you in the next 15 minutes is our belief that fashion can be a force for good. Not just in thought, but in real action, visible, measurable, and beneficial to all. And I do so speaking on behalf of the Foundation, which is a great privilege because we are a philanthropic organization that serves to transform the industry. As stewards of our family enterprise, our mission is to amaze our customers in both what we do and how we do it. The C&A brand, the business, has its daily operational and strategic challenges and is vulnerable like all other brands. But we also make strides in spearheading initiatives in order to follow that purpose of amazing our customers in both what we do and how we do it, and wanting to be a force for good. Take the initiative of going into organic cotton. With the help of the Foundation, the business is now the largest volume buyer of organic cotton in the world, with thanks to many farmers in India who have transitioned from conventional farming to organic farming. Recently, the C&A Foundation, meaning 2 years back, worked together with Bill McDonough from the Cradle to Cradle Institute, Circular Economy, to develop the manual on how to go to market with gold level C2C certified apparel product. The C&A Foundation worked hard on it. The manual is now in the public domain. So the recipe is known to all. It's open source. And the C&A business, together with 3 Asian suppliers, launched T-shirts and jeans. These products are made of 100% organic cotton with safe materials and chemicals and produced in socially and responsible ways. Even the stitching is made from organic cotton and the dyes are 100% non-toxic. These products are safe to humans and the environment. Now, I think the innovation is inspiring. It's a necessary milestone, and it's for others to now download and pursue, just like it is an invitation for the C&A business to do so too. As I said, I stand here as a board member of the Foundation. Our mission is to transform the fashion industry. We are driven by our conviction that fashion can be fair and sustainable and enable people to thrive. And because of this conviction, we have consistently looked for interventions where a relatively small contribution, financial contribution, knowledge contribution, could make a multiplied impact on the whole industry. And I'd like to share some examples. But first, why do we do this? The fashion clothing industry is exciting, it's inspiring, and it touches many people every day. It provides for thousands of employment opportunities. But the fashion industry is also being challenged, and I need not repeat what we've heard yesterday. Though one example or two I would like to share with you. As we heard last night at the Redress Competition Award, over 70% of textiles used end up in landfills. 3,000 liters of water are needed per kilo of cotton produced, per kilo of conventional cotton. And 20% of industrial water pollution is attributable to dyeing and finishing. As a foundation, we have recognized that business as usual is not good enough. Doing just better isn't even good enough. To transform the industry into the force for good that we know it can be and must be, we need to fundamentally redefine how it works. In March 2017, the C&A Foundation founded the global innovation platform, Fashion for Good. Because we felt that in order to transform the fashion industry, we need new ideas, new business models, new technologies, done in a collaborative, collective platform of sharing, of moving forward. Because the ambition of the Fashion for Good is to make all fashion good. We're an innovation platform, open source, collaborative, bringing all parts of the fashion supply chain together. Brands, retailers, manufacturers, obviously innovators, and investors. We have a physical presence in Amsterdam, the Netherlands, but we are operating globally and are working on extending our presence into Southeast Asia. But how does it work? At the core of the Fashion for Good, there's an innovation platform, 2 pillars. One pillar, the innovation platform. 3 different programs. You come with your idea, you have it screened, option for scaling, and a point to which I will get later, an option to go into the Good Fashion Fund. On the other hand, we also simply want to be a convener of change, awareness creation. We want knowledge building. For the general public, we have the world's first interactive museum dedicated to sustainable fashion innovation. It's a walk-in, and I invite you and your families to pass by. It's actually very exciting. With regards to the innovation platform, we strive for professionalism. So far, we have a database of 1,000 innovators who've been scouted and screened according to the priorities set by the partners. The innovators are then evaluated. Is the innovation disruptive? Does it have impact? What's the commercial assessment? Does it have a potential to scale? Those that pursue drive for proof of concept. An ultimate goal is, of course, adoption into large-scale manufacturing. We support companies all across the value chain, from raw materials, traceability, dyeing and finishing, to cut, make, and trim, end of use. Within the raw materials, think of the idea to use apples to create a leather-like material, or mushrooms, or mushroom-based textiles. Currently, there's an innovator who has the world's first biodegradable, fully combustible glitter made from eucalyptus tree extract. Bravo to him. And allow me now also to share 2 examples with you. One is the organic cotton traceability pilot with Bext 360. It's an innovator in Fashion for Good scaling program, so they're in the 2nd phase. The groundbreaking pilot is to trace organic cotton through the supply chain from farm to store. It's truly unique, and it's a blockchain solution. So it works on transparency and traceability. Brands such as C&A Business, Kering, Zalando, PVH Core are taking part in this. Take Color Zen, an innovator testing technologies that reduce the amount of water used in dyeing cotton and eliminating waste and effluent to leave water clean and clear. Now, best to convey this through a video where you see it in action, what the Fashion for Good Center is about. The Fashion for Good has its partners. And here you see the name of those that have joined the initiative funded by the C&A Foundation. So these brands are wanting to join in the collaborative and collective pursuit of innovation to transform the industry. Circular. We are very proud of what the Fashion for Good has achieved so far. It has scouted over 1,000 innovators, it's selected more than 50 startups for its programs, and it's catalyzed over 75 million euros for its innovators. However, these game-changing innovators need access to capital to grow their business. And importantly, the manufacturers who take the bold step in embracing such innovations need the finance support to invest in retrofitting their operations. And today, we are very proud to announce the launch of the Good Fashion Fund, of which C&A Foundation is an anchor investor. The Good Fashion Fund invests in the adoption of high-impact and disruptive technologies and circular innovations in the apparel and footwear industry in Asia. The fund is unique, and it is the only fund available that is purely dedicated to providing long-term US dollar finance for this adoption. The focus areas initially in 3 Asia countries, India, Bangladesh, and Vietnam, with some space for additional Asian countries. The fund's target size is 60 million euros. The vision for the fund is that we help manufacturers and operators in building a restorative and regenerative, words from Professor Edwin, into the apparel supply chain. This means the use of recyclable and safe materials, clean and less energy, closed-loop manufacturing, and the creation of fair jobs and growth. To us, this fund is critical to scaling innovations. Those innovators who start their journey at Fashion for Good will, for example, will only be able to transform the industry if manufacturers take up their innovative solutions. We also know that this fund will only succeed if we bring in other investors that are willing to take some risk and support new ways of doing things. Our partner, The Mills, here in Hong Kong, a symbol for many, is one of those. And we are pleased to be celebrating with them the fund's first close at $13 million. the Fashion for Good Center is open for business. We're also pleased to have the Amsterdam-based Fount on board to manage the fund together with Fashion for Good. Fount is an experienced investment manager and advisory firm with focus on emerging markets. They have decades of experience in investments in developing countries, and as a matter of fact, two of its colleagues or partners, Bob Assenberg and Bernadette Blom from Fount, are here today to welcome you and engage with you in any question or discussion that you have following this presentation. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here not only to share our commitment at the Foundation to making fashion a force for good. I hope to have provided some initial proof points, but more importantly, as a call to action to each of you to become a part of this journey with us, either as a brand or retailer wishing to join the Fashion for Good, or as a manufacturer keen to incorporate innovation to scale. There are different roles for each. And if you're in doubt, at least come and visit the museum together with your family. It's time for this entire industry to use its collective power to make fashion a force for good. And I'd like to end also again with a quote that I heard and took note of last night by a gentleman called Robert Swan. The greatest threat to our planet is the belief that someone else will save it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Albert. Please be seated. Thank you.